So, to me, there are two types of persons, the goal seekers and the celebrators. The goal-oriented are the mad ones. They are going by and by crazy, and they are creating their own craziness. And then the craziness has its own momentum. By and by, they move deeper into it. Then they are completely lost. The other type of person is not a goal seeker. He is not a seeker at all. He is a celebrator. Be the celebrators, celebrate. Already, there is too much. The flowers have bloomed. The birds are singing, the sun is there in the sky, celebrate it. You are breathing and you are alive and you have consciousness, celebrate it. Then suddenly you relax. Then there is no tension. Then there is no anguish. The whole energy that becomes anguish becomes gratitude. Your whole heart goes on beating with a deep thankfulness that is prayer. That's all prayer is about, a heart beating with a deep thankfulness. Do naught with the body but relax. No need to do anything for it. Just understand the movement of the energy. The unmotivated movement of the energy. It flows, but not toward a goal, it flows as a celebration. It moves, not toward a goal, it moves because of its own overflowing energy. A child is dancing and jumping and running around. Ask him, where are you going? He is not going anywhere. You will look foolish to him. Children always think adults are foolish. What a nonsense question. Where are you going? Is there any need to go anywhere? A child simply cannot answer your question because it is irrelevant. He is not going anywhere. He will simply shrug his shoulders. He will say, nowhere. Then the goal-oriented mind asks, then why are you running? Because to us, an activity is relevant only when it leads somewhere. And I tell you, there is nowhere to go. Here is all. The whole existence culminates in this moment, it converges into this moment. The whole exists pouring already into this moment. All that is pouring into this moment, it is here now. A child is simply enjoying the energy. He has so much. He is running not because he has to reach somewhere, but because he has too much, he has to run. Act unmotivated, just an overflow of your energy. Share but don't trade, don't make bargains. Give because you have, don't give to take back. Because then you will be in misery. All traders go to hell. If you want to find the greatest traders and bargainers go to hell, there you will find them. Heaven is not for traders, heaven is for celebrators. In Christian theology, again and again for centuries, it has been asked, what do angels do in heaven? This is a relevant question for people who are goal-oriented. What do angels do in heaven? Nothing seems to be done. Nothing is there to do. Somebody asked Meister Eckhart, what do angels do in heaven? He said, what type of a fool are you? Heaven is a place to celebrate. They don't do anything. They simply celebrate the glory of it, the magnificence of it, the poetry of it, the blooming of it. They celebrate. They sing and they dance and they celebrate. But I don't think that man was satisfied by Meister Eckhart's answer because to us, an activity is meaningful only if it leads somewhere, if there is a goal. Remember, activity is goal-oriented, action is not. Action is overflowing of energy. Action is in this moment, a response, unprepared, unrehearsed. Just the whole existence meets you, confronts you, and a response comes. The birds are singing and you start singing. It is not an activity. Suddenly it happens. Suddenly you find it is happening. That you have started humming. This is action. And if you become more and more involved in action and less occupied in activity, Your life will change and it will become a deep relaxation. Then you do, but you remain relaxed. A Buddha is never tired. Why? Because he is not a doer. Whatsoever he has, he gives, he overflows. Do naught with the body, but relax, shut firm the mouth, and silent remain. The mouth is really very significant because that is where the first activity landed. Your lips started the first activity. Surrounding the area of the mouth is the beginning of all activity. You breathed in, you cried. You started groping for the mother's breast. And your mouth remains always in a frantic activity. That's why Tilopa suggests understand activity, understand action, relax, and shut firm the mouth. Whenever you sit down to meditate, whenever you want to be silent, the first thing is to shut the mouth completely. If you shut the mouth completely, your tongue will touch the roof of your mouth. The lips will be completely closed and the tongue will touch the roof. Shut it completely, but that can be done only if you have followed whatsoever. I have been saying to you, not before it. You can do it. Shutting the mouth is not a very big effort. You can sit like a statue with a completely shut mouth, but that will not stop activity. Deep inside, the thinking will continue, and if thinking continues, you can feel subtle vibrations in the lips. Others may not be able to observe it because they are very subtle. But if you are thinking, then your lips quiver a little, a very subtle quivering. When you really relax, that quivering stops. You are not talking, you are not making any activity inside you. Shut firm the mouth and silent remain, and then don't think. What will you do? Thoughts are coming and going. Let them come and go, that's not a problem. You don't get involved. You remain aloof, detached. You simply watch them coming and going, they are not your concern. Shut the mouth and remain silent. By and by, thoughts will cease automatically. They need your cooperation to be there. If you cooperate, they will be there. If fight, then too they will be there, because both are cooperations, one for, the other against. Both are sorts of activity. You simply watch. But shutting of the mouth is very helpful. So first, as I have been observing many people, I will suggest to you that first you yawn. Open your mouth as wide as possible. Tense your mouth as wide as possible. Yawn completely so it even starts hurting. 2 or 3 times do this. This will help the mouth to remain shut for a longer time. And then for 2 or 3 minutes talk loudly, gibberish nonsense. Anything that comes to the mind, say it loudly and enjoy it. Then shut the mouth. It is easier to move from the opposite end. If you want to relax your hand, it is better to first make it as tense as possible. Clench the fist and let it be as tense as possible. Do just the opposite and then relax. And then you will attain a deeper relaxation of the nervous system. Make gestures, faces, movements of the face. Distortions, yawn, talk 2 or 3 minutes of nonsense and then shut the mouth. And this tension will give you a deeper possibility to relax the lips and mouth. Shut the mouth and then just be a watcher. Soon a silence will descend on you. There are 2 types of silences. One is a silence that you can force upon yourself. That is not a very graceful thing. It is a kind of violence. It is a sort of rape on the mind. It is aggressive. Then there is another sort of silence that descends on you like night descends. It comes upon you, it envelops you. You simply create the possibility for it, the receptivity, and it comes. Shut the mouth, watch. Don't try to be silent. If you try, you can force a few seconds of silence, But they will not be of any value. Inside you will go on boiling. So don't try to be silent. You simply create the situation, the soil, plant the seed, and wait. Empty your mind and think of naught. What will you do to empty the mind? Thoughts are coming, you watch. And watching has to be done with a precaution. The watching must be passive, not active. These are subtle mechanisms, and you have to understand everything, otherwise you can miss anywhere. And if you miss a slight point, the whole thing changes its quality. Watch passively, not actively. What is the difference? You are waiting for your girlfriend or your lover, then watch actively. Then somebody passes by the door and you jump up to look whether she has come. Then just leaves fluttering in the wind and you feel that maybe she has come. You go on jumping up, your mind is very eager, active. No, this will not help. If you are too eager and too active, this will not bring you to the silence I am talking about. Be passive. You sit by the side of a river, and the river floats by and you simply watch. There is no eagerness, no urgency, no emergency. Nobody is forcing you. Even if you miss, there is nothing missed. You simply watch, you just look. Even the word watch is not good, because the very word watch gives a feeling of being active. You simply look, not having anything to do. You simply sit by the bank of the river, you look, and the river flows by. Or you look in the sky and the clouds float by. And passively, this passiveness is very essential. That is to be understood, because obsession for activity can become eagerness, can become an active waiting. Then you miss the whole point. Then the activity has entered from the back door again. Be a passive watcher. Empty your mind and think of naught. This passivity will automatically empty your mind. Ripples of activity, ripples of mind energy, by and by will subside, and the whole surface of your consciousness will be without any waves, without any ripples. It becomes like a silent mirror.